Rintaro is the kindest guy and always helps people around him. However, because of his appearance, everyone is afraid of him. Even the bullies run as soon as they see him. The girls, on the other hand, are disgusted by him. Not only does he look mean, but he is also a student at Chidori High School, a low-level school for idiots. Next to it is Kikyo Academy, a prestigious, time-honored private school for girls. The students from these two schools never get along. One day, his friend invited him to go to karaoke after school, but he quickly refused after receiving a message from his mom asking him to help at the store. Later, while helping sell cakes at the store, he accidentally locked eyes with one of the customers, a small girl who had eaten a lot of cake by herself. Embarrassed, the girl immediately got up and left the store. Afterward, he learned from his mom that the girl's name was Waguri, and she was actually a regular customer here. Knowing this, Rintaro felt bad, thinking it was his fault if she stopped coming. But his mom told him not to worry about it. It wasn't his fault, and that he shouldn't blame himself so much. Rintaro, however, didn't take that advice and continued to feel guilty about it. The next day, Waguri came to see him and apologized for suddenly running out the day before. To make up for it, she gave him a cake as a gesture of apology. This left Rintaro baffled, asking himself, was she seriously treating him to a cake from his own family's bakery? He then noticed she was eyeing the cake, practically drooling, so Rintaro politely declined and tried to give it back. Waguri hesitated, clearly trying to refuse as well, but in the end, she couldn't resist and ended up eating some herself. She then asked for his name and mentioned that he must have been surprised to see her eat so much cake by herself the day before. Rintaro agreed, somewhat awkwardly, and asked why she had run off that day. Was it because she was scared of him? But she denied it and explained that it was because it was the first time a guy had ever stared at her so intently, and it made her heart race. Hearing this made Rintaro blush, completely thrown off. As usually, when he stared at someone, they were terrified of him. They then noticed it was already dark, so Rintaro offered to walk her to the station to be safe. However, she refused, saying it was fine. Before leaving, she turned to him and said that she had never once considered him scary at all. That made Rintaro freeze for a moment, then hurry to his room, blushing. It was the first time anyone had ever said something like that to him. Ever since he was a child, all he'd heard were negative things about himself. Just then, his mom suddenly burst into his room, panicking. She held up Waguri's cake and explained that she had found it dropped on the street nearby while heading out after closing up the shop. Meanwhile, Waguri was confronted by two shady-looking guys who asked if she was Rintaro's girlfriend. It was clear they held a grudge against him. Waguri quickly denied it. One of them laughed, saying it made sense. Rintaro was nothing like a girl like her at all. He was known for being scary. They then went on to say they had heard from someone that Rintaro was actually a delinquent, that he had a bad reputation even in middle school, and that nothing good could come from being involved with him. At that moment, Rintaro had already arrived nearby and overheard everything. He couldn't believe people were making things up about him again. But to his surprise, Waguri didn't believe any of it. She asked the two guys why they were judging someone based on rumors. Had they ever even talked to Rintaro? Because to her, he was a wonderful person. She told them to stop bad-mouthing him behind his back. It was highly unpleasant. Hearing this, the two grew angry and tried to punch her, but Rintaro rushed in just in time, blocking the punch with his body. The force of the blow sent him crashing into the nearby shutter. Seeing Rintaro, the two panicked and immediately ran away. After that, Waguri quickly took out her handkerchief and tried to wipe the blood from Rintaro's face, apologizing and saying it was all her fault. But he told her that wasn't true at all. If he had known it would worry her this much, he would have dodged the punch. He revealed that he actually took the hit on purpose as punishment for doubting her, and then apologized for dragging her into the mess. Waguri was confused by this, but eventually smiled. She said she didn't understand what was supposed to be so scary about him and thanked him for saving her. Hearing that warmed Rintaro's heart and made him genuinely happy. After walking her to the station, Waguri couldn't stop thinking about how he had protected her, and it made her heart race. The next day at school, Rintaro felt exhausted. He hadn't been able to sleep all night because he kept thinking about Waguri, and that when he looked out the window and shocked to see her in the next building, revealing that she was actually a student at Kikyo Academy. If you come this far, please consider liking and subscribing for more videos like this. Thank